Hey everybody, Kevin Duffy here of MassLive.com, joined as always by Mark Daniels of the Providence Journal. 26-20, the Pats fall in overtime today, and it was more than just your normal overtime loss, I guess. You know, the hysteria after the game about the coin toss and the Patriots' decision to kick off instead of receive. Mark, what do you think?
It was pretty wild. The Patriots win the coin toss in overtime, and Matthew Slater says that they want to kick, and we're all like, what? I think everyone collectively on Twitter started putting question marks, started tweeting question marks, because you never see that. In the NFL, with the way the rules are set up, if you score a touchdown in overtime on the first drive, you automatically win. So why on earth would you actually give the team the ball? But as it happened, that's what Bill Belichick wanted to do. And after the game, Matthew Slater said, I'm not going to question him, even though Matt Slater also added that he asked Bill if he was sure about 4 times in a row. I think his quote was, he looked at me like I was concussed, because I kept asking him over and over again. It was really, really bizarre. And at the end of the day, Belichick, he placed a bet on the Patriots defense to try to hold them, and it didn't work out.
Yeah, I don't personally think it was truly an insane decision by any means. I think basically what he was doing was, if you elect to receive, you're going to get the ball at the 20. You have to go basically 45 or 50 yards to get in field goal range. Whereas if you kick and you get a 3 and out, say they punt and the Patriots get the ball at the 35 or so. So they save themselves 15 yards.
Right.
And in a game like this, that's big because the Patriots really didn't move the ball that well. The offense is depleted. They had no offensive line, really. I mean, Brady was under fire basically for the whole second half. Vollmer going out didn't help. The interior O-line, I think, gave up some pressures, and without Amendola and Edelman, they were missing a lot in the passing game.
Yeah.
So the logic was there, and it made some sense to me, but the only problem with that was it was no sure bet that they were going to get a 3 and out, because the Jets moved the ball well on them. The Jets had, don't know off the top of my head, I think it was at least, Fitzpatrick passed for 296 and they rushed for about 150, so they had a lot of offense. They really moved the ball against the Patriots, so I think that's where you could say that the decision was a little flawed.
Right. I mean, at the end of the day, the Patriots weren't exactly playing with a full deck, and we kind of saw that offensively. But if we go back to even overtime, we saw that for just one play. Jordan Richards, it's Jordan Richards. He's a second-round pick. He's a rookie. He was playing all right. He comes out because he suffered, I don't know what it was, but he came out and then he came back in. But that one snap that he was gone, they put Tavon Wilson in his spot. And Tavon Wilson, it's a pick play. I think he collides with Justin Coleman. But the result was a 48-yard gain to put him in field goal range. And then, 3 plays later, they had a touchdown. So right there was kind of a great example of how injuries are just continuously killing this team. And offensively, Kevin, I thought that was a big, big theme today. I mean, the Patriots couldn't do anything. I mean, because Brady had no one to throw to.
Yeah, I mean, eventually the injuries do catch up with you. Next man up only works so many times, and I feel like we say this after almost every video we do after every game. And the good thing for them is that they are still in position to secure the number 1 seed. They basically had a game to give. It's not a huge deal for the Patriots that they lost this game, as long as they take care of business in Miami. And Miami's a team that has pretty much packed it in for this season. So the Patriots should still come out and have the road to the Super Bowl go through Foxborough. Today when I was watching the game, just very impressed by the Jets overall. A really solid all-around team. I kind of thought to myself, which team is going to pose the biggest threat to New England in the playoffs? And I put a poll out there on Twitter, and 67% of you said the Steelers, and I would agree with that, because I think the Steelers can hang 30 on the Patriots and really put the pressure on the Pats to match them. Mm-hmm. The problem is the Steelers aren't in the playoffs right now after this, so kind of a residual effect of the Patriots losing this game. It bumps the Jets 1 game ahead of the Steelers, and I believe the Chiefs actually clinched today.
Right.
So that kind of helps, I guess. But, if the Steelers are out, I would say the Jets would be the team that would give them the most problems, because they have the confidence they can beat them, and they're a very balanced team.
Right. I mean, division games are tough because you play teams, 2 times every year, so everyone kind of knows what to expect. Play a team for a 3rd time in the playoffs, and all bets are off. I wouldn't want to see the Jets again. I mean, I don't exactly trust Ryan Fitzpatrick, but quite frankly, he's been great. The past, 4 or 5 games, I think he has it might be 13 touchdowns and 1 interception. Ridiculous numbers that he's putting up at the end of the season. Defensively, they always play the Patriots tough. Even Revis back there, it makes really tough matchups just all across the board. That's even if the Patriots are healthy. And I thought Tom had a great quote at the end of the game where someone was asked, if you get Edelman and Amendola back, does that fix all your problems? And he was kind of like, well, we'll see. We don't know. We have no idea what Edelman and Amendola will be when they come back, how limited they will be. Look at a guy like Hightower. He was playing out there today, but he was nowhere near what Dante Hightower usually is. So Patriots' problems aren't going to be solved by just getting guys back. You know, it's going to be interesting to see how everything comes together.
Yeah, last thing I'll add, I mean, I did say that it wasn't the end of the world they lost this game. It is kind of a tough loss, though, because had they won, they would have sealed the number 1 spot, and you could rest those guys like Hightower in Week 17, and it doesn't matter if you win or lose. So now they do need to come out and at least win that game, so they might not be sitting, Amendola, Hightower, and all those